All right, I just want to go through some of the simple settings of the virtual lab. So you can take a battery and you can click on it if you want to kind of change its values. Just like right click on it. You can change the voltage, um, anything between 0 and 120 volts. The default is 9. You can kind of change its orientation, kind of grab one piece and put it this way. So the battery, if you don't want to look at it that way, you can click on it and it uses the alternate symbols here, just the circuit diagram symbols instead of the pictures. So you have the battery showing the large and small pieces there for the negative and positive. You can kind of take wires, put them together any way you'd like. Take resistors, light bulbs, switches. They're all kinds of different things that you can put together. So if you wanted to put something in series, you just kind of place it like this. Got a couple of wires to connect piece to piece. And you just drag and connect them. And so you can see once it's connected, it'll add all these pieces here. Now, we can then take our voltmeter and look at it from one side of the resistor to the other. And because I'm looking at it the negative direction of current, I usually like to use conventional current. If we switch this, we get that this resistor is a 3-volt drop because all three of these were identical, so that makes sense. If I want to click on the individual resistance, I can go anywhere between 0, and then here we can do up to 120 ohms. If I would like to do a bigger resistor, there are actual resistors here. This one starts at 1,000 and goes up to 10,000 ohms. You can kind of look at the different type of things there. Without the symbols, we go back to the values here. So you have the different types of resistors. There's the kind of the standard resistor, looks like this, and then the high resistance resistor looks slightly different, and you can kind of click on them and they have different values. You can kind of change them to what you need. So you use the voltmeter the same way we would have if we were in class. You go from the front of it to the back of it, and it kind of shows the voltage. If you want to measure the current, if you're trying to do that, what you'd have to do is you basically have to click on this. You kind of double click on it, and you can snip the connection. And then to measure the current, you have to do an ammeter. And an ammeter, you have to put it in series with the current. Otherwise, it doesn't travel through. So we have our 0.06 amps traveling through here because we have the different values. So you can set up the circuit. You can add all kinds of different things like that. I don't know why they add a dog. You can kind of put the dog in the circuit. So if I snip the circuit here, kind of put the dog in there, we look at it, no current flows because a dog is not a very good so we click on the dog. We can't change the resistance of the dog, but it's one of the options there. So your goal with this lab is to recreate the circuits that are in there, measure the voltage and current, and make sure that it matches up with what you calculate.